What's up, folks? Welcome to my channel, Body Rocking Combos. I'm Javier Morales. Man, I wanted to start this channel just so I can talk about boxing, get some stuff straight, voice my opinion, lay some facts down, or what I heard, or get some conversations rolling about boxing and its truth, man. I mean, I've always loved the sport, man. I've always been a big boxing fan since I was a kid. Other people were watching baseball, football, basketball, wrestling. I know nothing about wrestling. I'm watching boxing. I know what fight's coming on next, or I'm 37 years old. 83, baby. Man, we had some great fighters back then. We still do to this day. I try to tell people that, but to list some fighters that we had back in the day. We know De La Hoya, Chavez, Camacho, Kazaki, Roy Jones, Benito Lopez, Marquez, Morales, Barrera, James Toney, Tyson, Holyfield. Man, this goes on and on. Anyway, I'm driving to work right now, so if you see me going to rage, it's nothing new. So anyway, yeah. So those guys, they fought themselves. They fought each other. There was no excuses. There was no the path of least resistance, no cherry picking, the guys fought a lot more back then, so maybe there was a cherry pick here and there, a little soft touch, and again, we got to remember, not everybody's an elite fighter, right? You know what I mean? There are few and far in between. But these days, man, it seems like everybody is doing that low risk, high reward. I'm just not feeling it. I can get into it later, and these channels allow that stuff to happen with certain fighters, right? And they hype them up, and then everybody, I don't know. I know my channel, man. I want to keep it fair. I want to keep it even. I want to keep it neutral. There's no creating narratives, right? There's no bias. When I say there's no bias, but man, by nature we're all biased. I get that. So that's why I'm not giving them channels too much. But man, dude, how much you give me? You got some hate in your heart, cuz man, hold up. I just don't get it. Them boys, just the stuff that comes out of their mouth, and then they make these shows and weedy, blah, 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 all that, man, and then they go, these guys on the comments of everybody's other shows, man, they start just talking nonsense, man, like, what are you talking about, man? So, that's, I want to use a little reason and logic, or what some people like to call common sense. I say reason and logic because, common sense, it's just common information, right? Well, it ain't common sense if you give some information over here, either misleading or right, and then the other one, so you got something misleading, and then this guy has the right information, but ain't no comment about that. Fire's hot. That's, don't put your hand on the stove. That's common sense. You know what I mean? You learn that from as a kid, so it's a common knowledge, right? Anyway, so yeah, reason and logic, right? That's what we go with around here. Anyway, I just get sick of it all. People don't know how good boxing is now, and people kind of, or how good it's gonna be, or what it could be. You know what I mean? If these boxers would do will challenge themselves a bit, man. I mean, you got to give your hats off to a few of these cats, you know. And I understand, you know, when they're coming up, you have to, you know, it's the trainer and the promoter's job to guide them to a certain, till they see them at a certain level. You know, you just can't go in there and start fighting elites, right? You know, your first day out of the amateurs, right? I mean, you can't. You know, there's levels to it. Whatever you want to say, it is what it is. But you have to fight somebody, right? And that's you know, sanctioning belts come through with that. You know, they see the ranking, they see who's fighting and all that. And of course, some people get upset when, you know, we so much. This dude fights so and so, and then why? But you know, we'll get into that. We'll get into them specifics later. I'm not going to get into that right now. Start naming names and all that because it's pointless right now, man. It's all about me, right? Yeah. So the nonsense needs to stop. It just that's it. You know, like I say, point blank, period. Right? It's done. Right? Man, I'll make these shows, man. You know, this is episode 1. Hit like and subscribe, all that they say. Sorry for the roughness right now. It's just that I'm trying to set up my whole little room, you know, so I can do these videos right, edit it and all that. But you know, I'm having a little trouble right now with it. But hopefully we'll get that up and running. Still waiting on some things to come through. You know, I hope I like the setup. If it comes out the way I'm, you know, imagining it, man, it should be great. Let me see. Well, I mean, other than those channels that are just a bunch of haters, right? A bunch of storytellers, race baiters is that too. But and again, who's not race baiting, man? It seems like to be like the best subject these days to build controversy and all that good stuff, I guess. So whatever. Anyway, yeah, so they got good channels out there, man. You know, the Boxing Boys, man. You gotta love the Boxing Boys. Counterpunch Boxing, Showbiz, the Dope. You know, Wilder, No Sugar. Yeah, who else? Man, Remy's Corner, man. IBFP. There's a homeboy, Two Hands. There's a lot of cats, man. That DBA, I think the boys out there from the other side of the pond. I got that deep there, or whatever that Corpus, and on what's the ESPN Deportes. There's a few cats doing it in Spanish. I'm thinking about doing that too. Like you know, if I make a video, I'll translate it and see how it goes. Already got enough ums in this one. Sound like Master P, huh? Anyway, yeah, man, shout out to you guys, man. You know, opening the doors and, man, you know, I tell you what, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I tell you right now, man, I closed the door. I closed the door on, you know, Dante's Boxing Nation, Ego, and man, as much as I hate it, man, I'm fanning too, man. But he just got a little outrageous once he joined that LDBC, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man. LDBC get no play around here. So, yeah, y'all can have that trash, man. I ain't this. Y'all want to argue about it, y'all want to do whatever it is what it is, you know. Ain't no fanboys up in here, ain't no creating narrative, you know what I'm saying? I just ain't having it, man. Bunch of little whiners, man. You know, I mean, look what they did. Look what they're doing with Deontay Wilder's career, man. Making him look like a little. Yeah, anyway, like, hit, subscribe. Hope you join my little community, man, so we can shoot the bull and talk some boxing, man. And hopefully some of these casuals or fanboys, you know, tighten up their thought, you know, and leave that whining stuff alone, you know. That's what it seems to be to me, you know. A bunch of crybabies.